You know what? Yeah, it does feel a lot better making videos once I got that terrible clunker of a game out of the way for round 13. This is round 14. This is the last game of day two. I'm not in the greatest mental place after giving away that game to Joey Malik, and then the sad game that just happened against Josh Sokol. But Sid has also had a really rough afternoon, and so this is kind of the demoralized bowl, or who's sadder and who wants to get this game over with faster. We're still going to play pretty well, I think, but we're both definitely not 100% in the right place. So Sid goes first in this game, and I don't know what he had, but he exchanges 3 here. And just a little context on Sid. He's from Texas, so I've played him a lot in tournaments, and he and I both love playing closed boards. Him even more so than me, and he's one of maybe 2 players who I would put in that category. So I don't mind a closed board against Sid. I also don't mind an open board against Sid. I'm not really actively trying to go one way or another, but I think Sid might be trying to go one way or another. He generally gears his games that way. I've got AENTUUX, and I think you're going to play XU most of the time out of this rack anyway, but especially after the exchange 3 by Sid, like, there's no reason to play EAUX and give him an E and an A to bingo through and hit more 8s more often. So XU seemed pretty standard there. Sid drops Gamey here for 29, and I've drawn ADEKNTU. So I'm able to do something pretty filthy here. Teak plays right there for 38, and it closes off the board quite a bit. So I love making this play. This would be a beautiful play before the addition of OK to the Lexicon. But it's still not a bad play right now at all. 38 points is a ton. Sid spent a lot of time on this turn, and I think this turn ended up being pretty pivotal in the game. But you can see how terrible and clunky the board is. And Sid eventually just plays Henna right here for 25, which was super uncharacteristic of him. The Sid I know is playing like NA there a lot of the time. But he did. I don't remember what he had or why he elected to make that play. I remember he talked to me about it a little bit afterwards, but I don't even remember what that conversation entailed now. I was really happy to see Henna come down because that took a rack that really did almost nothing on the board. I was probably going to have to exchange, honestly, or play unlaid the 8Y for like 9. I don't know. But I was able to get 40 points really easily out of it and kind of clean things up, hold DLN. So I was super happy to see him play Henna, and he was kind of muttering to himself afterwards, why did I do that, that kind of thing. So you take what you can get. Sid exchanges 5 again, so he's not drawn super well this game. I pull ADLNOTU, and I'm forced to decide here if outland is a verb or not. Outlanded plays right there. Fortunately, I have a second bingo this turn. It's a tough one to spot. If you want to do a little quiz, go ahead and pause the video and try and find it. If not, the bingo is duathlon right up here for 64. So that came down, and poor Sid. My bingo percentage on that turn was probably like 8%, and I hit one anyway, so he can't be feeling too good after he exchanges. And then I hit that. Sid's going to come back with his own bingo, though. He's going to hit censure here for 77, so I'm not able to... no, excuse me. I'm not able to quite... Jeez, I'm not able to run away with this one. I guess I'm allergic to Sid bingoing, too. Jeez. So censure is what Sid plays, and my post bingo draw is GIJLRTW. So that's not a ton of fun. Really, just 3 primary options to think about on this move. If you feel super greedy, you can drop Jew here. That GILRT might bingo, and it might kill you, So do you want to play with fire? I'm up 30 and a tempo right now. It's my turn, so no, I don't want to play with fire, not at all. Maybe if I'm losing. I decide to go safer, and I just play Jilter here. I could also do Wiglet if I wanted to hold the J, but there's not really any good reason to hold the J right now. So Jilter is what I decided to play. Just get some points, clean it up, keep scoring. Sid drops Poe right there for 22. There's some weird plays in this game. And EGOOTW blank. I picked up a blank, pretty happy about that. you're never not happy to see a blank, I think. But there's no bingos here. I spent about 30 seconds looking before I decided, you know what, forget it. And then WOG is just so incredibly standard out of this turn. Like, if you want to play WOO instead, fine, you can. But I'm not going to get caught up with a G when I'm trying to bingo. I'd rather play it off. So WOG comes down. Sid comes back with a bait over here for 27. I'm still up 30, and I feel like I've just kind of been up 30 almost this entire game. Pretty anticlimactic thus far. And EOORST blank. So this is just kind of one of those do whatever. Like, do I actually want to sit here for 6 minutes and find the best bingo type situations? Reshoot goes here for 78, and then shooter goes over on this side for 78. Looking at the position in hindsight, I don't know why I didn't play reshoot. I think the M line is a little bit harder to bingo in. And shooter does nothing to knock out like the 10 and 12 rows if he's going to bingo back next to censure. So I don't totally know why I chose shooter. But that's what I did. I think if I could go back and play this again, I'd play a reshoot over here for sure. But alas, that's what I did. I played shooter for 78. And then Sid comes right back with Resider over here. So, you know, just again, like, I'm still up by like 20 or 30. I bingo, he bingos again. That's twice now I've bingoed and he's bingoed right back. But, you know, being up 30 in a turn is not a bad place to be in. Drawn racks like this too, like, hey, with the lead, I don't mind that much. You know, I'm going to be scoring 30 probably 3 turns in a row with the C, the W, the Z. Like, that's fine. I've got Crow right here for 36. No reason not to just drop that. I had a lot of like no-brainer plays this game. So Crow comes down. Sid's going to drop MIG right here for 29. And ELN QTVZ. So, like, this is starting to get a little bit scary for me now. I've just got junk again. And I don't know exactly what to do here. Quackle Speedy player throws out Fly there for 21 for no good reason. Like, I don't want to hold QNTZ. There are a ton of eyes unseen, so the Q's not as scary. But at the same time, like, what are you going to do? There's QI here. And with no unseen U's, that's not the worst thing. But, like, that's kind of all you can do with the Q. I don't know. I decided I'm just going to keep scoring and scoring and scoring and make Sid figure out how to catch me. You can't make a play like Zen, not in this situation. Nevi is basically just Fly, but in a slightly different form. I just scored 36. Whatever. And let's see if I can pick up some of those vowels. There's a lot of them in the pool. A lot of them in the pool. So let's see if I can get one. Drop res. Sid comes back with OI for 16 points. Drop it right there. So that's not good for me. You know, he's starting to fish for some stuff, and he's got censured or censurer here. He's got this line and this line over here. So, like, I need to do something about that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do much about that because DFLNQTV is my rack. And for those of you at home, there are no words you can make with those letters. You have to use a vowel on the board. So I'm kind of left now trying to decide, like, do I want to score almost nothing and play, like, fled through this E and just kind of hope and pray he doesn't score here? Or do I want to try and score a little bit more? And ultimately, I was able to find Delft right here. And Delft was pretty nice because I feel like with all the vowels unseen, like, that C is kind of friendly for him to use. You know, bingo down from Crow, there's a ton of words that start with C. So Delft was able to partially obscure that C and kind of knock out that E. And it scores enough that, like, even if he's going to hit, like, a crappy bingo in row 12 for 76, like, I can still probably win the game a lot of the time. So Delft is what I decided to do. Quackle's like, you could just exchange here, but I'd rather get 20 points, you know, with a 53-point lead. If I exchange and then he bingos, I'm in bad shape. He might draw some of the crap I just threw back in the bag, but he probably won't draw all of it. You know, maybe with a couple fewer unseen in the pool, like 16 unseen or something, you can do that because he's going to draw almost all of the crap I've thrown back, but not here, not with this many vowels unseen. I played Delft. I stand by that play. I think it was right. Some people might disagree, and that's fine. That's what makes Scrabble fun, when people disagree on games. So Sid drops FA for 20. He missed a bingo, and I was very, very happy to see that. And then this play sort of broke my brain. BINNPQV. We're looking at the unseen pool. Obviously, if Sid has the blank, that's bad. If Sid's got a bingo, that's terrible for me. I don't have a lot of stuff. We've got AAEE, IIIIO out of the 15 unseen. There's only 4 real consonants, LRSV, and then there's the Y, which is not really a consonant. Not in this situation, not with all those I's unseen. And then there's a blank. So, like, Sid might bingo, but even if he does, he's probably going to draw some crap afterwards. I need to figure out what to do with this Q, though. Like, I need to figure out what to do with this Q pretty bad. And we can drop QI over here. There's no U, so we're not super worried about, him coming down from the Q for any kind of meaningful play. And then I saw CINQ right here. And that, like, beautifully knocked out the 10 and the 12 lines at the same time. The scary thing about CINQ is it sets up plays like SYLI or something like that for just an obscene amount of points. Almost enough points where if I draw a really bad rack, Sid can just win the game without bingoing. He can just score a bunch. But looking at the leave after sync, BNPV, like, look at what's unseen. If Sid is going to bingo out of that pool, I'm going to draw some vowels. And if I'm going to draw some vowels, I think I'll be balanced enough that I can sneak out the game. So I just wanted to lower his bingo chances as much as I could. There's a pretty decent argument to be made for pin on, or however you say this word right here. I'm not sure that that's the correct or incorrect thing to do. Really, bingos from the W are the only thing that'll totally kill me right now, though. And there's not really a ton I can do to knock those off. Pin on doesn't really block many of... Actually, it blocks, like, wineries and stuff, anything that starts WI. So I don't know. I like sync. I find it, like, it's pretty tough to lose after CINQ. I would do it again. But if you've got other thoughts, like, I'm happy to hear them. Not sold on that play. Sid trying to open the board and trying to clear off some vowels. He drops AI over there. And I picked up an A, thank God. Looking at the unseen pool now, it's EEIIIRSVY. And I've got AB, whatever, all that stuff. So just in case, I see, like, aviaries is a possibility over here with the blank A if he's got, like, a perfect rack, and there's, like, wineries and stuff over here. So what I decide to do is, like, just in case I'm not going to empty the bag this turn, I'll knock out one of the lines, and, even if he does hit aviaries, like, the bag's not empty, I think I can do some stuff now. So I just dropped PO right here for 13, tried to leave one in the bag, knock out the surefire, like, wineries, and if he has aviaries, so be it. And he didn't have aviaries, so it was fine. He tried to fish off one eye. He's just trying to do anything he can to draw a bingo, but even if he draws the bingo he needs, like, I'm going to block it. My final rack is ABLNRVY. And I'm just trying to knock out, like, CINQS plays over here, so I just dropped Ably. I don't think that's the optimal endgame, but it's the last game of a day. I've got the game won. Like, just sometimes you need to save a little mental energy at a Nationals. I wish I'd saved a little more because I'm going to tank the last couple of days, but alas. So Sid's going to drop evens there, and then I think I ended up having to play Rev here. Yeah, that's what I did. And then Sid's going to go out with Yen. So that was that game. I think there were actually quite a few, like, weird, questionable type plays, and it's just kind of like, does Sid have a bingo? If he does, how do I live the bingo? And I just got lucky that over and over and over, Sid did not get the bingo. I didn't feel particularly bad about the way I played that game. Obviously, you're always happy to win a game. Oh, I didn't put the last word down. That was it. And that's that. So yeah, after day 2 at the Nationals, I'm 8-6. I do have a pretty huge spread right now. Sid went overtime by 10 points as well, so I actually win this one by 60, not 50. But yeah, I'm 8-6, but I have a huge spread, and just for whatever reason, like the field was really tight. There were a couple people running away from everybody, so 8-6 still left me, on the leaderboard after 2 days. I think I'm in like 12th or 13th or something like that after day 2. So, one game over 500, also almost in the top 10. What a weird thing. And coming into the Nationals, I had 2 goals. I wanted to avoid talking about Scrabble politics for the entire week and just enjoy the board game. And I wanted to get annotated on board one time. Now, I've played a bunch of Nationals, and just for whatever reason, I have never made it to board 1. I've made it to board 2, to board 3, to board 4 numerous times. Never made it to board 1. And lo and behold, right after this game, I find out I am paired with current first place person Will Anderson on board 1. First game tomorrow. So I got to spend all night thinking about that. I was so excited. I did achieve one of my 2 goals. I actually accomplished both goals at the Nationals. I managed to avoid talking about Scrabble politics the entire week, so that was great. But yeah, that was my game against Sid. And stay tuned. We'll start day 3 pretty soon. We're almost halfway through the Nationals. Can you believe it?